Hello, everybody. Welcome to this edition of the High Society Man podcast. I'm your host, Doc.
I'm Philip.
Rance.
Hey, so how you been, Rance? You've been kind of working lately. Philip and I snuck in like 2 episodes while you were missing. Don't cry.
Don't cry.
Oh, well, I guess I got feedback from girls that were like, "Oh, skip the ugly dude, just you 2 cool ones in the middle."
I got that message, so I was like,
that's not nice. Hey, we're all beautiful people.
This is true. Actually, one of my posts that I'm working on, it's a long one, but I want you guys to read it. There's really no such thing as an ugly person, so you got to get that out of your head, except for someone that acts like Mitt Romney. Anyway, different story. What are we talking about today, fellas? I'm going to leave this up to you two.
Today, we're going to be talking about, kind of like, we're going to touch back on the meetup kind of thing that we're talking about. And so we want to know how you guys are doing, and we're going to go into how to get a good first meetup / date.
Yeah, because we're trying to get you to get rid of the word date out of your vocabulary. Hanging out works, good meetup, get together, whatever you want to call it. All right, so what do you got? You first, since you're the missing one.
I think since we're gonna get rid of the word date, we'll just say hanging out, right?
Yes.
I think when you want to initiate something, you want to try and, sounds kind of corny, but master your craft. Know exactly what you're gonna do, or just not say, oh, what do you want to do? I don't know, what do you want to do? Kind of have a plan in mind, right? Because then
No, that's my number one advice. Back in the day, I'm gonna say like maybe freaking weekend tip, maybe like first or second week. I did one. You got to be a man. You got to make all the plans, right? That means you pick where you're going, what day, what time, and don't even start with that. Oh, hey, where you want to go, kind of thing, because what happens is it doesn't really show that you're able to make executive decisions later, and girls really don't like it. They like to see a little confidence. They'd rather you be wrong about where you're going the first date than to have tried, than to be the great with like, I don't care, you pick, I don't care, you pick. Anything to add?
Everything that you guys said is correct.
Okay.
And then, like for me, what I'll do is, like, I thought about this in my blog post actually. Paint the picture of what you guys are gonna do. So instead of like, if you're texting a girl or a guy, depends on whatever you are into, it's one thing to be like, hey, do you have time on Saturday? Let's go out on Saturday night. And she's gonna be like, no, and then you're gonna be like, oh, I'm super sad, forever alone guy, because like the girl doesn't want to go out with me.
And then you're on Facebook posting
forever alone and stuff, right? But like the girl doesn't have enough commitment because she doesn't know if you guys are gonna go, to a movie, to get dinner, to the back of your van with candy or whatever, It's
Got it.
She doesn't know. So
it's kind of like the way the theatrical companies do their movie trailers, right? And a lot of people complain when they show too much of it, but the movie trailer is what gets you to go see a movie, or some good friend of yours or date, whatever.
Something.
But normally. Stop that word. Normally, they're painting a good picture, so they're making you want to go see it. You are intrigued by it. So Philip is onto something here. If you sort of give a picturesque explanation, I want to say the word is imaginative, something that has a lot of pomp and imagery. So let's give an example. Say you're going to go, let's pick someone. Say you're going to do just a simple walk on the beach kind of thing. Be like, hey, I was just wondering if you're free Saturday. I'm thinking about bringing out my camera, taking some good sunset pictures on the beach. We're gonna walk out there, get a little sand in the feet, watch the waves, watch the sun go down. Just wondering if you had any time you'd be available. That's totally different.
Well, okay, so to touch on that point, instead of, are you available? If you create the picture that's like good enough for her to want it, then you wouldn't even have to ask the time, because she's gonna be like, when can we make this happen?
Right. Or you can just tell her, hey, I'm picking you up at 4, and then stop and wait for the response.
Yeah. But,
and then she'll say, oh, I'm busy, but you can pick me up at 6. And you're like, bingo, sun goes down at 6:30 anyway. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't ask. You just say what you're gonna do. But you have to do it. That's a little bit more high post, because I think you have to say it in a joke sense. Well, so if she says no, you'd be like, I was just playing, girl.
No, well, I mean, like, even with that though, you can't like, if it's like 4 o'clock right now and you're like, hey, I'm gonna pick you up at 7 tonight. This is what we're gonna do. She might already have plans, and so she might still be interested in you. It's just that 3 hours notice might not be enough time. So I think that's where you kind of.
I think if the girl needs more than 3 hours notice, she's already off the list. Because I mean, she needs like 15 hours to put her makeup on. Anyway, different show. All right, what you guys say?
But I think when you think of all of that too, another way to look at it is saying, if it's, let's say Monday, for example, and you say, okay, hey, how about on Wednesday? Kind of give a couple days notice and say, Wednesday, we're gonna do all of that.
Right.
Or another thing you can do is, if you want to kind of transition, if you're not real comfortable with just making a decision, and you can kind of, another way to look at it is pick 2 or 3 things.
There you go.
And say,
I was gonna say that.
Hey, so and so, Wednesday, 7 o'clock. I'm feeling maybe want to eat some Mexican food or eat some Japanese food or something. What do you like? And then in that way, you're transitioning out of, I don't know, whatever you want to do, but you're giving her options, but still it's limited. You're saying there's 2 or 3 things you can choose, but that you've already decided.
That's what they do in business. We do the good, better, best package.
Okay.
And then that gives them options. They sort of know what they're going.
Right.
And touching on what you say, another thing I like to do with the dates and times in order to help limit your shutdowns is I also like to give more than one date, right? So I'll be like, okay, I'm available Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, roughly around 5 to 7, and give them that option so they have a couple. And I like what you said about giving more than one choice and let them pick. But if they don't, if they say it's up to you, don't tell them which one. You say, you know what, I'm gonna make it an adventure. Because people love that word adventure.
And that gives you more time to think about it as well. Because you're not put on the spot by saying, oh, what am I gonna choose? But you're like, okay, right, we'll make an adventure Wednesday at 7.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna give you one more tip. Let's say we decided, let's go follow Rance's lead, okay? Say we decided to go hit up Mexican, all right? And we're gonna go to like Jose's Taqueria. What I would do is go like the day before, the day after, chat up the hostess, chat up, the staff, especially like in a slow time, and find out when's the best place. I'm gonna come in, can I like reserve a table? Go and scope out your place first. That way when you roll in and you walk in there like, hey, Philip, man, good to see you, blah, blah, blah. Your table's right over here. The girl's gonna be like, well, damn, this kid got a little bit of sauce, A little bit of sauce goes a long way. As they say in Ohio State, juice, you just walk in with a little juice, right? So I think that's a good thing. Like Rand said, prepare. Make sure you got everything under control. And also kind of have a way out. Like, this sounds crazy, but it's like when you're driving. If you run into something and it's feeling a little awkward, don't sit there and try to fight through the awkwardness. Be like, hey, you know what? I hate to cut this short, but I have to do X, Y, Z. Do you mind, we can do this again later, or I'll call you back at a different date or something like that. Give yourself a nice, smooth way out just in case things don't work out. Cool?
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, cool.
Oh.
What?
One more thing.
All right, hurry up, we gotta wrap this up.
So on the topic of this, we want feedback from you guys. We're doing a giveaway. So we want to hear your worst first date or meetup story, and we'll pick the one that's the funniest.
Cool.
And we will hook you guys up with a gift certificate to Tsunamis.
Cool. All right. So remember that it's info@highsocietyman.com. You can also hit us on Facebook at High Society Man or on Twitter at High Society Man. We definitely got to say thank you for watching. Thanks for the support. We'll see you again next week. Say bye, babe. Aloha, y'all.
Aloha.